Piriformis push-up is an interesting application of hip pressure. And first of all, a very rude awakening for those that have dysfunction in their hips, but then also a great activity to isolate that with body weight, to work on some coordination, things like that. So the three movement demo, the three versions I showed in the movement demo is basically 3 points on essentially a scale of how this could work. So very beginning could just be hanging out like this. Maybe I can't get any range of motion, okay? Then from there I could use my hands to very gently work myself down. I can remove my hands and now it's all controlled through this hip. I can get deeper and deeper and it's still all controlled through this hip. So to some degree, it's almost like I'm pushing myself away with that hip or with that knee through the hip, okay? From there, as I get longer, this gets a little more difficult, okay? I can continue to swing that all the way around until I get into essentially a pigeon pose or a piriformis stretch. From there, I still have my hands available to me. I can go hands-free, and then as I get further and further towards the middle, the more difficult this lever gets. My weight gets away from my anchor, and this becomes incredibly difficult to manage everything. Get all the way down and up. That would represent a pretty far end range. Most people that I work with end up being in about this space, either using some gentle hand pressure to get used to it, or using it at the last second if they start to fatigue and fail. Ultimately, in a different plane, what you could be thinking about doing is I'm taking my hip and pushing it up like so to push my body away from the ground and get some interesting different angles on that hip stimulus.